5d10, 6, 6, 5d10, 5d10, 3d10, 1, 2d10, 3d10, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 1, 1d10, 2d, 1d10, 3, 2d10, 1, 2, 1, 3d, 2d10, 2, 2d10, 1, 9d10, 8d10, 6d10, 5d10, 6d10, 5d10, 6d10, 4d, 2d10, 1d10, 1d, 1d, 1, 1, 1d10, 8d, 6d10, 5d, 5, 6, 5d10, 6d, 5d10, 4, 1, 5d10, 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 3d10, 2d10, 1, 4, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 1, 9, 8d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 5d, 7, 6d10, 6d10, 6, 4d10, 1, 1, 6, 6d10, 6, a pre-launch at both anti 2d2, 6d10, 6, 6, 1, 1, 1, 8, 1, 1, 6, 11d2, 1, 10, 5, 50, 40, 100, 1, 1, 100, 1, 9, 2, 1, 2, 3d, 5, 6, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 20, 2d10, 2, 1d10, 6d, 5d, 6d10, 5d10, 5d10, 6d10, 6, 5d, 5d10, 6, 6d10, 5d10, 1d, 5, 8, 1d10, 2, 2d10, 6d10, 1d10, 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 1, 1d10, 3, 1d10, 1d10, 6d10, 3d10, 2d10, 8d10, 2d10, 1, 2d10, 1d10, 6d10, 6, 4, 2, 1, 1, 2d, 2d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 2d, 9d10, 8d10, 5d, 2d10, 2d, 7, 6, 3d10, 1d10, 1d, 9, 1, 90, 4d, 3d10, 1, 2d10, 2d10, 1, 2d10, 3, 1d10, 7, 3d, 2, 3d, 2, 1d10, 6d10, 5d10, 4d10, 2d10, 1d10, 6, 5, 5d10, 1, 20, 1d10, 5d10, 6d10, 4d, 5, 6d10, 6, 6d10, 4d10, 1, 2d10, 5, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2d, 2d, 1d10, 5d10, 6d10, 6d10, 6d, 6d10, 5d10, 6d10, 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 7d10, 7d10, 6d10, 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 5d, 6, 6, 5d, 5d10, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 9d10, 6d10, 1, 8d10, 9d10, 2d10, 6d10, 2d, 1d, 1, 2d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 1, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 5, 5d10, 5d10, 6, 3d10, 1d, 1, 5d10, 3d, 2d, 2d10, 5d10, 5d10, 4d, 1d10, 8d10, 9d, 1d, 1d, 2d, 2d, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1, 1, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 7d, 3d, 2d, 1d, 2d, 1, 2, 1d10, 1d, 2, 60, 60, 100, 1, 1, 1, 1d, 1, 1, 1, 9d, 9, 8, 6, 6, 5, 2, 1, 1d, 1d, 1, 1, 1d10, 9, 9, 9d10, 2d10, 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 6d, 1, 1, 1, 6, 6d10, 4, 9d10, 4d, 8d10, 5d10, 1d10, 5d10, 7d, 6d10, 2d10, 2d10, 2, 1d10, 7d, 4d10, 1d10, 2d10, 6, 5d10, 4d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d10, 4d, 1d10, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 8, 3d8, 4d10, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 1, 2, 1d10, 1d10, 6d, 5d10, 3, 3, 2d10, 2d10, 3d10, 1d10, 1d10, 7d10, 2d, 1, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 6d10, 6, 6d10, 2d10, 5d10, 1, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 2d, 2d, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 1d10, 2d, 1, 2d10, 2, 1d10, 1, 1d, 2d10, 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 1, 2d10, 1, 1, 1d, 1d10, 1, 1d10, 2, 1d10, 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 3d, 7d81, 2, 2, 2d10, 1, 2d, 2d10, 2d, 1, 1d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d, 1d, 2d, 8d10, 7d10, 9, 1d10, 2, 3d10, 1d10, 6d10, 1d10, 6, 1, 3d, 3d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2d10, 1, 2d, 2, 2d, 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 1d10, 2d, 9d, 9d10, 9d10, 8d10, 5, 5d10, 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 6d10, 5d10, 5d10, 6d10, 5d10, 5d10, 6d10, 5d, 6d, 5, 6, 5d10, 5, 7d10, 3, 3d, 2d10, 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 1d, 2d10, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 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 1, 9d10, 9d, 6d10, 7d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 3d10, 9d10, 7, 6d10, 5d10, 6, 5d10, 5d10, 5d, 5d, 7, 6d10, 4, 6, 5d10, 6, 5d10, 5d10, 6, 6d10, 1d10, 1, 2d, 1d10, 17 for 6, 7, 2d, 2d10, 3, 1, 2d, 2d10, 2, 1d, 2d, 1, 1, 1, 2d10, 1d10, 1, 1, 2d10, 1, 1d, 3, 2, 4, 6d, 1, 2d, 2, 2d, 1, 2, 6, 4d10, 5d10, 9d10, 6d10, 5, 6d10, 5d, 6d10, 4, 3d10, 2, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1, 3d10, 1d, 1, 9, 8d10, 6d10, 2d, 3d, 4d10, 2, 1d, 1d, 1d10, 3d, 3d10,